In today's video, I want to teach you about how to create a daily routine for your MLM business. This is an overview of what I'd like to cover in this video. First and foremost, we're all creatures of habit. Habits are what dictate our success or our failure in life. What's great about habits is we can create new habits anytime that we choose to. Our habits, they either hurt us or they help us. They're either moving us closer towards our goals or further from it. To be successful in this business, you need to manage your time wisely. Most people in this industry, probably 99.999%, they're doing this on a part-time, sometime basis. They have a family, they have a job, they have outside the home obligations, and they have to fit this business into the nooks and crannies in their life. And the good news is you can do that, but you have to be smart. You have to plan your time. You have to plan your work your plan. You need a daily game plan and you need to be organized. I believe in spending a little bit of time each week in planning mode and planning out and mapping out your entire week so you know what you need to do on what days, at what time, and you can be super productive in your business. Having a simple daily checklist to follow can make all the difference. That's what I do. I have a daily to-do list. I do the same things day in and day out to move my business forward. This is the bottom line up front. That's what the word BLUF stands for. It's a short acronym for it. Know the difference between busy work and being productive. A lot of people, including myself in the past, we would trick ourselves into thinking we're doing something to grow our business, but we're really working on the busy work rather than the productive work. Being productive means talking to new people, following up with prospects, closing sales, getting new people started, anything you can do to grow your check. Busy work is everything else. It's what I call time wasters. It's things you do in your business. Getting organized, cleaning your office, alphabetizing your leads, scrolling Facebook, watching YouTube videos. It might teach you new skills, it might help you a little bit, but these things need to be done after the productive work in your business. Spend minimum 90% of your work time on income producing activities. If you have 10 hours a week for your business, at least 9 of those 10 hours should be spent on talking to people, closing sales, making sales, recruiting new people, helping new team members get started, training a new team member, things of that nature. What we're going to do next is provide you 3 example daily routines for MLM reps. I'm going to give you one for someone who just wants to make a little bit of money, someone who wants to make a few $1,000s per month, and someone who really wants to build their business big. Now, if you're a part-timer, don't look at the examples of the serious person and get overwhelmed. It takes a different commitment level to achieve the different earning levels in this business. And ultimately, you have to decide the one that's best for you. If you're someone who wants to earn $300 to $500, maybe $1,000 per month in your business within a 12-month period of time, you want to set aside about 30 to 60 minutes a day to build your business, at least 5 days a week. I'm a big believer in having 1 rest day a week. Some people choose to have 2, that's fine too, but at least 5 and ideally 6 days a week, you are having conversations with new people. You want to reach out to at least 2 new people every single day. You want to invite them to buy a product from you, to watch a presentation, to get on a 3-way call with you and your coach, to visit your website. Basically, you're asking them to take a look at either your products, your services, or your opportunity. The next thing you want to do each day is you want to follow up with any leads or prospects in your pipeline that you talked to previously, and you have a scheduled follow-up with them. You want to train and help your new team members each day, and you want to rinse and repeat this about 5 days a week. Now, here's what's cool with this example. Just by reaching out to 2 people a day, 5 days a week, over the course of a year, you're going to talk to approximately 500 people. Think about how much you would learn. Think about how much your business would grow if you talk to 500 people in a year. Most people never do this. Most people never even talk to 10 people in their entire career in network marketing. So little amounts of work add up when they're compounded over a period of time. Now, let's just suppose that you only signed up 1 in 20 of these people either became a customer or a distributor. What would happen is at the end of that 12 months, you would have signed up 25 new customers and or distributors. I know your business would grow if you do that. The average rep in our industry only signs up about 2.2 people in their entire career. So just by following this advice, you are already probably in the top 5 or 10% of everybody in this industry just by talking to 2 new people a day. And here's what else is going to happen. As you do that, your skills are going to improve. You're going to learn the right types of people to talk to. You're going to learn how to close people, and your ratio is going to get better. Maybe in the beginning, only 1 in 20 signs up, but as time goes on, maybe 1 in 5 or 1 in 10 becomes a customer or a distributor. Now, this daily routine won't create huge momentum or growth in your business, but it will create some growth, and it will get you to that $300 to $500, maybe $1,000 per month goal by your 12-month mark in the business. Pretty cool. This is something anyone could do in 30 to 60 days if they do it 5 to 6 days a week, every week for an entire year. Daily routine number 2. This is for someone who wants to create a nice side hustle income, maybe $3,000 to $5,000 per month. For most people, that would be completely life-changing if it was on top of their regular job income or their regular business income. Now, this person, they still have a job. They're busy like most other people, but they're willing to set aside a little bit more time. They're willing to commit to about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours a day to grow their business, at least 5 days a week, and ideally 6 days a week. In this example, you would set aside that 90 to 120 minutes a day for your business. And instead of talking to 2 people a day, you would talk to 5 prospects per day. This is where you're inviting them to a presentation, inviting them to try out a product, following up with them to close them, seeing if they're open to taking a look at what you have, but 5 real conversations with real people. And this can't be the same 5 people every single day. You have to go out and branch off and talk to new people each day. Then what you would do is you would follow up with your leads or prospects from the previous day, people still in the pipeline who are still sitting on the fence and they just need to be closed. Then you would train and help any new team members as needed, and you would rinse and repeat this 5 days a week. Now, here's what's cool. If you did this 5 days a week for a year, you would talk to 1,300 people. That's assuming you took the weekends off. And if you sponsored just 1 in 20 people, you would sign up around 65 people as customers and or distributors over the course of a year. How exciting is that? I would even argue by the time you got to month 10, 11, and 12, you're signing up a lot better ratio than 1 out of 20. You're probably at 1 out of 10 or 1 out of 5 or 1 out of 8 at that point, because you have the skills now, you have the belief, you know who to talk to, you know what to say, you know how to overcome objections. You could expect some nice growth in your business, even working your business on a part-time basis like this. There's no doubt in my mind that you could do these 5 steps in about 1 or 2 hours a day, depending on how organized and self-disciplined you are. The third routine is someone who really wants to get after it. They want to create a 6-figure income or more, and they're willing to pay the price. And this routine might apply to 1% of all the people doing our industry. For most people, daily routine number 1 or 2 is going to be the best fit for you. But if you have the vision, if you want to be a professional, if you want to build an empire, this is the type of commitment it's going to take, especially in the early stages of your business. You're going to want to set aside 2 to 4 hours per day to grow your business. During that 2 to 4 hours, you're going to want to have conversations with 20 to 30 people a day to see if they'll watch a presentation, visit your website, check out a video, take a look at what you're offering, buy a product from you. In addition to that, you would follow up with any interested people you have in your pipeline. You would train and help your new team members, and you would rinse and repeat this 5 days a week. Now, this sounds a little bit challenging. For some people, this sounds doable, but the truth is this is really, really hard to do. Most people won't commit to this type of level of commitment for whatever reason, and that's okay. This requires a lot of work, a lot of discipline, but it pays off if you do it and you stick with it. Now, look at this example. If you were to follow this plan just for 1 year, assuming you took the weekends off, you would talk to 5,200 prospects over the course of that year. Even if you just signed up 1 in 20, you would sign up 260 personal customers and or distributors. Think about how crazy fast your business would be growing at that point. Think about the skills that you would have by talking to that many people. Think about the habits, the mindset, the attitude, the routine that you'd have by doing those things consistently, week in, week out, every day for the course of a year. Now, once again, this is an extreme routine. 99.9999999% of the people aren't going to do this, and that's okay. It's going to turn most people off. They just don't want to make this type of commitment level. But if you're one of the people who will make this type of commitment level, you really can change your life in a year. I know I did in my business. Can't guarantee it, but I know you'll get huge results in your business if you do this, if you make this type of commitment and you follow through. This is the $1 million question. There's a lot of people watching this video, that's listening to this podcast. You're wondering, these numbers sound good, but where the heck do I find these people to talk to? Where do I find 2, 5, 20, 30 people a day to talk to? And what's really funny is people who say that often have 4,000, 5,000 Facebook friends and 20,000 followers and 13,000 LinkedIn connections. The truth is we all have a lot of connections. You don't need to bug your mom, your brother, your dad, your best friend. You can leave them alone for a while. But what if you reached out to your Facebook friends? What if you went and found some more Facebook friends? What if you got active on LinkedIn? Maybe you reached out to your email list. Maybe you reached out to some of your phone contacts. Maybe you decide to go and buy leads. Maybe you decide to do paid advertising. The truth is, you want to just simply develop 2 to 3 ways that you can get leads, and you want to focus on those things so that you always have prospects in your pipeline that you can reach out to. There are literally millions of ways to get leads. You just have to find the one that makes the most sense to you and get really good at that 1 or 2 strategies for getting leads. These are the key takeaways from this training. The only thing that is important in your daily routine is the number of new prospects you talk with about your business or products. What's funny is we have some people who consider themselves full-time in the industry because they're working an 8-hour day or a 10-hour day to grow their business, but they're not talking to a lot of people. So a part-timer who's talking to 4 prospects a day is easily going to outperform a full-timer who is talking to 2 prospects per day in their business. So it's not the amount of hours that you work, it's the activity that you have in the time that you do work in your business. Now, the prospects you're reaching out to, they can be your personal prospects. They can also be prospects in your team. So as you start to develop a team, maybe your list, maybe your pipeline is shrinking. Well, if you have 50 team members and they all know 1,000 people, that's 50,000 prospects you can work through by helping them reach out to the people they know. So that's a good strategy as well. To make a little bit of money in our industry, you want to talk to 2 people a day. To create a full-time income, you want to talk to at least 10 people a day. And to create a life-changing income, you really want to reach out to about 20 new people a day. And these examples are based on your first year, maybe 18 months in the business. Then you can slow it down a little bit. You'll have a nice growth and momentum going, and you can take on a much simpler, doable pace. Remember, this is a business of exposures. The person who talks to the most amount of prospects, both their personal prospects and helping their team members contact their prospects, that's going to be the person who builds the biggest team and makes the most money in our industry. Remember this one. You will learn more by doing something for an hour than you will about studying it for 20 hours. Let me say that again. You'll learn more about something by doing it for an hour than you will about studying it for 20 hours. So get into activity mode, learn by doing, and realize you're going to look like a fool for a little bit in the business until you learn the basics. Everyone starts out that way. You don't have to be perfect to start, but you're never going to be good unless you do start. So with that, that concludes today's training. I hope it helped. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. That'll help our channel out a lot. Check out the links and the resources in the description box below this video. And please check out my other videos too. With that, I hope you have a great day. Thanks for stopping by.